this lesson, we'll be doing substitution. At the end of the lesson, you'll be able to solve the systems of equations with algebraic methods and use substitution method and solve real-world problems. So in the substitution method, it's a little easier, more accurate. You get more of an exact answer than when you're trying to do it by graphing. So the steps are set up your equations and set them equal to each other, and then solve your multi-step equation. But then you have to plug that answer back into either of the original equations because your solution is that ordered pair. So you need a number for x and y. So for example, we got y equals 3x minus 8 and y equals 4 minus x. So since they both equal y, they equal each other. So we'll set them equal to each other. Add x to both sides. And that gets us 4x minus 8 equals 4. Add 8 to both sides. And we get 4x equals 12. So x is equal to 3. Then we plug it back into either one of the equations. So I'm going to use y equals 4 minus 3. So y equals 1. So my solution is 3, 1. Solve the systems. Set them equal to each other. 3x equals negative x plus 8. I'm going to add x to both sides. I get 4x equals 8. So x equals 2. Plug it back in. I'll plug it back into this one. So y equals 3 times 2. So y equals 6. So my solution is 2, 6. All right, we got y equals x minus 7 equals y equals negative 2x plus 8. Set them equal to each other. Add 2x to both sides. So we get 3x minus 7 equals 8. Add 7 to both sides. 3x equals 15. So x is equal to 5. Plug it back into either of the equations. So y equals 5 minus 7. So y equals negative 2. So my solution is my ordered pair 5, negative 2. Sarah has narrowed her cell phone company options down to 2. Verizon charges $40 a line charge plus $15 for each gig of data. Sprint just charges $100 and has unlimited data. So defining my variables, x is going to be the cost per gigabyte, and the y is our total cost. So then I need to write my two equations. So Verizon is y equals 40 plus 15x, and Sprint is y equals 100. So substitute, they both equal y, so we'll make them equal each other. 100 equals 40 plus 15x. Subtract 40 from both sides. 60 equals 15x. So x is equal to 4. Plug it back in. We'll use the Verizon equation. So y equals 40 plus 15 times 4. So y equals 40 plus 60. So y equals 100. So our solution is at 4 gigabytes. It's a word problem, so we need word answers, and $100 per month. The table represents the amount charged for cart detailers as a function of the hours worked. Write and solve the system of equations. So the first thing I need to do is define our variables. So x is the hours, and y is our cost, our total cost. So for Desi, it's y equals 45x plus 20. And cars are us. Y equals 35x plus 60. They both equal y, so they equal each other. 45x plus 20 equals 35x plus 60. Subtract 35x from both sides, which gets us 10x plus 20 equals 60. Subtract 20 from both sides. 10x equals 40. So x is equal to 4. So at 4 hours, so I plug it back in. I'll use this one. Y equals 45 times 4 plus 20. So y equals 180 plus 20. So y equals 200. So they're the same at 4 hours and $200. From a graph, we need to write the equations for each of those lines. So the blue line is y equals 2/3 x plus 2. The red line is y equals 2x minus 6. They both equal y, so they equal each other. 2/3 x plus 2 equals 2x minus 6. Subtract 2/3 x for both sides. And that gets me 2 equals 4/3 x minus 6. Add 6 to both sides. 8 equals 4/3 x. Divide both sides by 4/3. When you divide by a fraction, it means you multiply by the reciprocal, so x is equal to 6. Plug it back in. Y equals 2 times 6 minus 6, so y equals 12 minus 6, so y equals 6. So my ordered pair is 6, 6. That's where the lines will cross. So defining the variables. Will states that John is to get 3 times as much as Mary, and the total they receive is $1,200. There's my, well, that's not the right answer, so let's go to the next one. You and your sister go to the deli. A sandwich costs twice as much as a drink. You buy 3 sandwiches and 2 drinks. There's your variables and your equations. A test has 20 questions worth 100. The test consists of true, false, worth 3 points, and multiple choice worth 11. There's your equations. Anne is selling candy. She sold, that doesn't look right either. She sold 5 more boxes of gummy bears than M&Ms. 21 in all. That's correct. So what is slope-intercept form? Y equals mx plus b, and 2 systems to solve, graphing and substitution.